You're listening to Operation Self Reset. Let's get it going. What is going on, you freaking awesome people? Welcome back to Operation Self Reset. Excuse me, my name is Jake Naraki, and I am getting over a cold. Yes, it is cold season here in America. Winter is upon us, and unfortunately, when you're sick, there is no quick pill. There is no easy process. You literally have to force yourself to go through the aches, the pains, the bad days to finally get that cold to break. And when it does finally break, or that flu or that sickness, illness, you really feel good. And right now I'm at like 60%. I'm probably going to cough during this episode, so I apologize like I did in the intro. If you know anything about this show, it is raw, real, and unedited. There is no retakes. There are no pauses and kind of figuring out what I need to say next, just like on that long pause there. The reason being because this is a conversation between me and you. Hopefully the information that I share today can assist you in your growth, in your journey for where you personally want to go. Everybody's on their own path, their own journey, and it is up to you to fuel yourself with the right mental clarity, the right mental fuel for your journey ahead. So today we're going to be talking about a book, basically. It's called Go For No, and the premises of Go For No is kind of a rally cry or a rah-rah kind of book for salespeople. And to understand that every time that you get a no, it just means that you're closer to a yes. And the reason why I bring this up, my son was asking about college and how do you get into college? What is college like? Why do you go to college? Do you need college? All different types of things. And one thing that my wife said is that, well, sometimes if you want to go to a pretty popular college, they may reject you. They may not let you in for whatever reason. And he kind of started freaking out, like, what? Why would they not let you in? And all that stuff. And I remember reading this book quite a few years back. And so I told him the story of Go For No. I said, even though college is going to reject you, doesn't necessarily mean that you're not valuable, that you're not good enough. It just means they, for some odd reason, don't want you to come to their college. But that means that other doors are going to open up with other colleges. And so, with that and explaining the premises to him, I thought, why not share the wisdom with you guys? Now, unfortunately, I did not come up with this book. I didn't come up with the theory. And because I am sick, I am going to kind of rattle off the three ideas, the three concepts of why you should go for no in your own personal life. So here they are. Number one, love rejection. And because, like I said earlier, if you love rejection, it just means that you're closer to yes later on. We all understand that we are going to get rejected. A lot of the times, a lot of reasons why we don't go for it, why we don't stretch ourselves, is that we are afraid. We are fearful of rejection. We don't want to get the door closed in our face. We don't want the phone call to get hung up. We don't want that person to reject us and say no in front of us, and we'll feel embarrassed. And how do you respond to that? And all different types of things. And so a lot of people really shy away from it. But the theory of the book, the theory of the message is to go for no, is to know going into it that you want a no. And so you're going to do whatever you can, not to jeopardize or not to, to waste your time, but to understand that at the end of this conversation, at the end of your best pitch ever, that they're going to say no. It's like a guaranteed almost. But that's okay, because that's what you want. You want the repetitions of getting the no's so you can get a yes. It's like going to a batting cage. You go to a batting cage not to hit a home run for every single pitch that is thrown at you. You go in the batting cage to practice, to get the reps in. The more times you see the ball come out of the pitching machine, the better your swing is going to get a little bit. The hand-eye coordination. Excuse me. Okay, there we go. Sorry, I got it out of the way. The hand-eye coordination is going to get better over time, right? The more swings that you attempt, your hand-eye coordination is going to improve, and because of that, you're going to get better at hitting a baseball. The same with going out there and getting rejected, going for the nose. The more times that you get rejected, the more times that you will end up with a yes and or feel very confident going into any situation and understanding that rejection is going to happen. It's going to happen 99% of the time, every time. And if you're okay with that, if you're comfortable with that, if that's your new standard, you can talk to anybody, you can do anything because you're not fearful, you're not scared of rejection. So that's number one. Number two, it stays true to you. A lot of us live a chameleon lifestyle. I'll admit, I sometimes have a chameleon lifestyle. I think we all do, right? You're different around your coworkers than you are your family. You're different around your friends from high school than you are, your coworkers or an older group of mature people that are maybe in a hobby that you really enjoy. We understand that. You adjust to who you're kind of hanging around with. But the idea of going for no, it allows you to stay true to you. As in going back to my early example of my son being discouraged that colleges can say no, well, if you apply to a college and you change yourself and you turn into, oh, I'm this outgoing person, I'm willing to donate all my time and I'm willing to do this and that and whatever it takes, I'll do to be a part of your school, you're not staying true to you. If you're honest and you say, I might be an introvert, but that is one of my strong suits, it allows me to focus on my work, it allows me to focus on X, Y, and Z. And if you're able to use what you has as your own personal strengths, it'll allow you to stay true to you. Too many times we are all kind of flexing and bending and turning into a chameleon on who we're talking to and what we're doing. It's maybe time that you focus in on the true you, the real you, the person that you live with on a day-to-day basis. And it's really kind of hard to think of who is the real me. It is really a soul-searching practice. Are you a person that's outgoing? Are you a person that does like working out? Are you a person that is conscious about what they put into their mind? Are you the type of person that really does care on how other people view you? Are you a materialistic person or could you care less? And it's really hard to boil that down, especially if you're in that gray area where you really don't know where you are yet. But the best way to get clear on where and who you are, I should say, is to ask yourself the hard questions. And if you can't figure out what the answer is, then you need to ask the 10 closest people that you know the hard questions. Who am I? What do you think I enjoy? What do you think my hobbies are? How am I 90% of the time? Am I usually happy? Am I sad? Am I crabby, angry, frustrated? Do I have anxiety? What do you think? And that can give you a general baseline. So, number one, love rejection. Number two, stay true to you. And lastly, number three, like I stated in the beginning, love the path, enjoy the process. Or as the military says, embrace the suck, as in understanding that there's a path ahead of you. It is going to be treacherous, it's going to be irritable, but yet you understand that you're on this path and you need to love it because all of us, for some odd reason, are on this journey, and you're listening to this podcast for some odd reason. Maybe because you need this as a reminder, maybe you need this because you're struggling in whatever endeavor you're going on currently. But I want to let you know that the path you're on is the right path. For some odd reason, fate, God, wisdom, the universe has put you here in this position right here, right now, either with your head held up high or your head held down low. You're here for a reason. It's really easier said than done, but you need to believe. You need to believe in that because it allows you to have the energy to wake up the next day and potentially change your destiny, to change where you're going in the future, to change your trajectory just a little bit. Enjoy the process. This is your life. It's meant to be lived in the fullest, and it's meant to be lived on the exciting side. That's why we're living, I believe, is to embrace it and to have a great time with it, is to enjoy it, as opposed to just be looking forward towards tomorrow. So with that being said, I am going to cough off mic now, but again, go for a no. Love rejection. Number two, stay true to you. Lastly, love the path. And again, you're listening to this for some odd reason, maybe as a reminder, or potentially a new destination has been formed in your mind because of the words that I have stated to you. So with that being said, I appreciate you guys very much. I thank you for your time. There's a lot of great podcasts out there. Go support them too. If you feel that this podcast has resonated with you on a personal level, feel free to leave me a review. The more reviews, the more exposure for this great show. I appreciate your time. Go out there, be freaking awesome. And lastly, go out there and inspire somebody else, either with my own words or with words that you can think of, because we all could use a little more inspiration and ideas to kick us in the pants from here on out. So, with that being said, catch you next week, Wednesday. See ya.